Hello crafty friends, it's Alicia of the Call Me Crafty Al YouTube channel, and you are here for the very first Oh So Inspired video of 2019. If you're new to my channel or new to this collaboration, let me tell you just a little bit about it. I host this collaboration here on YouTube, and there are 12 of us, I believe, who are participating for the first 6 months of 2019. And each month, we take one inspiration piece and create something using anything we want to from that inspiration piece. So as you go along the hop today, you will notice that the collaborators might come up with something completely different than the person before and after them. Speaking of collaborators, everybody is listed in the description box below, so I hope that you'll go check their videos out after you're done here. Leave them some love, a comment, a thumbs up. It would be greatly appreciated. Now, new for 2019, and I put out a video yesterday about this, is we would like you to join us in being inspired. And if you do, you might possibly be invited to be a member of the team for the last half of the year. Even if you don't want to be a collaborator, we would still love to have you play along. So I will link that announcement video in the description box below, and I'll also pop it in the upper right hand corner now. For January, we are using a pin that was found on Pinterest for our inspiration. I did go and try to find the original creator of this project, but unfortunately I could not. But here I just want to show you a little picture of it. So what they did is kind of created sewn vellum shaker postcards. And it was, I believe, a Happy New Year theme. So today I'm going to recreate it as best as I can. I don't want to get out my sewing machine because the needle is actually broken, I believe. So I am going to use my fuse tool with some vellum to create maybe the same type of effect. So I'll show you quickly here some of the tools that I'm going to be using. I got out my Stampin' Up! Triple Banner Punch. Great tool, worth every cent. If you are interested in this after you see me use it later, I will link the person who I bought mine from in the description box below. So if you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to have you consider buying from my friend. Another tool that I'm going to be using but is not in the picture is my Project Life Fuse tool. This is the same as the We Are Memory Keepers, just different branding. I am letting it warm up now, so that's why it's not on the table. It's over in a safe spot so I don't burn anything. And then I will be using this Thanks die, and this is from Stamp Anything. I won this on an Instagram giveaway, I believe last summer, so I'll be using that for my sentiment. For products, most of what I'll be using is in front of me. I did get out some sequins that I thought might go with my paper, and then I also pulled out some pink chunky glitter and micro beads. For my paper, I chose the Hello Darlin' stack from Die Cuts with a View, or DCWV, because this actually does have some gold foil in it, so I thought that would go well with the vellum that I have chosen to use. It's kind of like a square confetti. It starts up a little lighter at the top and goes down to be pretty dense confetti at the bottom. I also, of course, got out a sheet protector to use with my fuse tool to make the pocket. Let's go ahead and see if we can do this thing. Like most of my projects, I'm going to start by doing the cutting. I want to make my vellum pieces 4 by 5 1/4. This way, after I fuse the sheet protector around it, it will be just about the same size as a regular card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I just put that piece of vellum in one of the corners where it's already sealed, and then I will be using the ruler that comes with the fuse tool as a guide for the tool to slide along. And I'm going to do just a second line just to make sure everything gets sealed nicely. Since I'm going to be using micro beads, later I might need to go in, like here I see this corner has a pretty big opening. I'm just going to seal that a little bit better just so those beads don't fall out. Now I am only going to seal the 3 edges for now so I have room to put in my other shaker bits, because besides the confetti that's printed on the vellum, I do want to add in some sequins. So yesterday, as I was coming downstairs to start my videos for January, because I do have a few of them that I need to make, I'm like, you know what I'll do? I'll watch Tidying Up on Netflix, you know, with Marie Kondo. Well, then I thought, oh, I should tidy up my craft room. Well, that was not the thing to do when I had video deadlines. Now, granted, I did get rid of probably, I'd say, a 24-inch stack of patterned paper that I'll probably never use, so that was good. But I kind of had a rush just to get my work area back in an order where I could actually use it. So I didn't get everything done, but she really does have some good tips. I would recommend watching it, but I would recommend not starting it until you have lots of time to do so. If you have been watching it, let me know below if you have started tidying up in your own house. Now that those are done, I'm just going to rough cut them out. And let's take a quick look at that inspiration piece one more time, and I'll kind of talk you through my plan. If you'll notice on that left side, there's a little fishtail banner in the top left. I am going to make one of those, but then I'm going to also put a longer fishtail banner on the back side behind that. Because my paper is not double-sided, I'm going to have the pattern side facing to the front so you can see it through the vellum, and then on the back side I'll have some white so I can write my message to the recipient. I want to find some papers for both of my fishtail banners, the front and the back one, and then I need one for my die cut word. I have chosen the floral, the hexagon with the gold foiling, and then this pink and white for my sentiment. The largest width that I can punch with this Stampin' Up! Punch is 2 inches. So I'm going to make a 2-inch strip of pattern paper here. I'm not sure yet which one I want to be on the back or the front, so I'm going to go ahead and punch the ends and kind of play with that and figure it out. I think I like this one on the front and this in the background. I'm just going to mark with my fingernail about how tall I want my hexagon strip to be. And I'm actually going to cut it a little larger so I can wrap it around the back and adhere it onto this piece. And you'll see what I mean here in just a minute. So I marked it to be about 2 inches long. I'm going to go ahead and move that to 2.5 inches and cut. I want as much room to write as possible, so I'm going to make this, let's see, 4 inches tall, I think. If you would like to play along with us this month for the Oh So Inspired, whether just for fun or to be considered for the team, you will make your video inspired by this same piece and link it back to this video, my video for the month, and then in the description box you'll want to put hashtag I was OSI Jan 2019, and that just means you were oh so inspired in January of 2019. That hashtag will change each month, but what I'll be able to do is to search for the hashtags on YouTube and then come see how you were inspired and possibly ask you to join us later in the year. But again, you don't have to want to join, you can just play along as well. Normally I would use my little Xyron sticker maker to put adhesive on the back of these, but they're slightly too tall. So I'm going to go get out my bigger Xyron that's across the room and get adhesive on the back of these. I'll be right back. I did have some adhesive stick around even after I did the rubbing on the clear protector. So before I pull these off to use as stickers, I'm just going to go in and clean up some of that excess adhesive. And now I am all ready for my shaker bits, so let's go ahead and mix those up. I originally got out some yellow because I thought it might go with that, but I'm actually going to put that away and perhaps look for maybe a white or a holographic sequin, because I think this is too much like the gold confetti, but it's not quite gold. I had been asked about my sequin storage before, and I actually have a video on it. I will link that below and pop it up in the upper right hand corner now. And again, to seal up my pouches, I will be making 2 seal lines, one right next to the vellum and one right next to that one. And now I have my 2 thank you cards ready to go, and they were inspired by this month's pin. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or you want to leave a comment, leave those below and I will get back to you just as soon as I can. Make sure after you are done with my video, you go and view all the other collaborators' videos. And don't forget, if you're inspired to create something this month, to use the hashtag. Until next time, I hope you're all having a crafty day. Bye-bye.